Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message, and I want to tell you all to really be careful who you allow to come into your life right now, and to be alert as far as someone trying to come in your life and they are aggressively pursuing you. The reason why I'm making this video message is because there are some of you all who has someone who continues to really be persistent in pursuing you, and they are aggressive with it. Every time you turn around, either they are giving you sending you emails, text messages, or they are calling you, or they like everything that you post on your social media, or they are commenting on everything that you are posting and putting out on social media. And so they are actively trying to pursue you or persuade and convince you that they should be in your life. I want to let you all know that if you have not gotten the green light from God, and the Lord has not told you that it is okay to either be friends with a certain person, or to allow a man to come into your life and court you, or you even simply having conversations with someone, because sometimes you can have emotional relationships with people where, let's say for instance, there is a man that is trying to pursue you as a woman, and you all are not dating, you have not been intimate with him, but you all have an emotional connection. So you are talking to him on the regular basis. He's texting you or calling you, you're texting him and calling him, you're opening up your heart and sharing things with him, and he's doing the same thing, but it's all emotional. That's how you all bond. Be careful with that. That's number one. Number two, if there's an old friend or somebody who you don't know, and now they are trying to aggressively come into your life and say that they want to kick it with you, they want to be friends with you, you are a cool person, and they want to get to know you, they feel like you all can relate to each other. Anybody that is coming to you and they are, like I said, aggressively trying to pursue you, and you are confused about it, you don't understand, you're like, okay, this person does not know me, I don't really know them. Especially for those of you who are being followed, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but some people who follow you on your social media account or on your Facebook or Instagram, I've said it so many times before, but I'm going to say it again. People become, not everybody, but some people become parasocial, where they feel like they know you more than they do, or they are very familiar with you and they feel like they are obligated to be involved in your life and know everything that you have going on. So be careful with these types of people, because if it's somebody, especially for the ladies and gentlemen, someone likes you or they have a crush on you simply based off they've been following you on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, and now they're trying to pursue you, they're saying that they believe you're their spouse, they're saying that they believe you all have a connection. Be careful with this. And I also am going to share a dream with you all that I had, and I've never done this with you all before. I may have shared here and there like little personal dreams I've had on lives, but this particular dream that I just had, I had an impression in my spirit from what the dream signified, and also to share it with you all. And this is also in sync with why I am releasing this message. I've sat on this message for about a week and a half. I had this dream, if not the late part of last week, I had it in the early part of this week. And I really had to sit with this, and I really had to really search my spirit and pray to really understand the significance behind the dream. But every day that I was sitting on it and thinking about it, and I've been praying and just sitting in silence, the answer was slowly coming to me. And so before I tell you all the dream, I'm going to say it again. If any one of you are being aggressively pursued, Either somebody is emailing you, they are text messaging you, they are calling you, especially if you don't really know the person. If it's somebody from social media and they just always show up, everything you put out, everything you post, they like it, they share it, they comment. They always are complimenting you. And like I said, the person may have made it known that they have a crush on you or they like you. Please, my beautiful brothers and sisters, just be careful. Don't be paranoid. This is not a fear-mongering message. It's not for anybody to be afraid. It's not for anybody to be paranoid. But we should all be alert, and we should all be aware. And we should always, 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 you better go to Jesus Christ about people who want to connect with you. It's that simple. It's not profound. It's not deep. Go to God about people who want to enter your life. Go to God about people who want access to you. Go to God about people that claim that they know you're their wife or you're their husband, and God has never shared any of that with you. I mean, like, the person is aggressively coming at you and they're really trying to persuade or convince you that they're your husband or they're your wife, and you don't even know them. You've never seen them a day in your life. You've never met them in real life, but they are very active with you on your social media. This is especially in my spirit to tell you all, and it's not for everybody, but I want you all to just be aware of this, because what happens is that people even from the past will try to come and aggressively connect with you again. And sometimes people will want to come from the past because they are so angry or jealous about your come up. And when I say come up, I'm saying everything that they did to destroy you when you were married to them, or when you dated them, or when you were friends with them, or when you worked with them, they did not get the opportunity to finish the job. We've talked about this before. And so they'll come back around because now they see that you were able to heal from everything that they did to you. And they single-handedly tried to ruin your entire life, your reputation, and your character. They slandered you beyond the walls of slander, if that even makes sense. They just said all types of stuff about you that has people to this day probably still disgusted with who they think you are, things they think that you've done. But if somebody is in a vulnerable position and they have been alone for a long time, or they don't have a lot of friends, or they are in solitude and isolation, sometimes if you are not strong enough, somebody from the past will come around, or they'll be coming at you saying, you know, I see you doing your thing. I see that you've matured. I see that you've elevated. Your life is different now. You know, maybe we should go out to lunch. Maybe you can come over to my house. I'm going to be cooking dinner. Just as examples. Your situation may look totally different. All I'm saying is that be careful. Be careful with it. Be careful with it, because me having this dream, I didn't understand at first, the first night when I had it. I'm like, yeah, this is out of the blue. I'm not going to say it's random, but when I have dreams, and I have a lot of dreams, but this particular one, it just stuck out to me. And I said, wow. And I took it as a warning, because it was something that went on with me in a dream. And I'm about to tell you all what it is, but it was also happening to a lot of other people. So that's why the impression came a few days later that it's not just about you. It's also for you to warn others. This is the impression that was in my spirit. So anyway, in the dream, I was walking up to what was the place that I lived at. It's not literally in the dream where I lived at, but I just knew in this dream that I lived at this place, in this building. And as I was coming home, it was dark, and I was coming home, and I got up to my porch, and it was a guy that I knew, but I only knew the guy from social media. I just knew this guy just from social media, and it was a time. He's not doing it now, but there was a time where he was coming on my social media, and he was very active and very supportive. I don't want to go into other deeper details about that, but I don't know the person. I don't know them personally. I've never seen him in real life. So anyway, in this dream, he was sitting on my porch, and so as I walked up, I'm just like, okay, why are you here? Why are you on my porch? What is it that you want? And so in the dream, he was trying to convince me and persuade me to let him come into my life. And so I'm looking at him. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. But I said, you're cool. I don't have an issue with you. You're cool. But as far as taking it a step further and doing anything else, as far as us dating or being together, I think I said something like, that's not going to happen. But I said, we can be friends. We can be cool. And so he got up off the porch and we started walking. And so I knew in the dream that we were going to a destination. I didn't know what the destination was, but as we got up on this destination, it was an event, and it looked like it was maybe a carnival. It looked like it was maybe a carnival. It looked like it was some kind of cookout or outing, but it was him, it was me, and then I saw a bunch of other people there. I didn't know any of the people. They were just other people there. He clearly didn't know the other people, but because he didn't say anything to anybody. Nobody approached me and was talking to me. I just saw these people hanging out. They were laughing, they were talking, they were celebrating, and they were at this event. Out of nowhere, there was an animal that came out and it started attacking all of the people. Now, the whole time this animal, and I'm going to tell you what the animal was. This dream was very unusual. But I'm going to tell you, like I said, a strong impression that I got. And that's why I'm putting this message out. So as I was standing there, this animal came out, and this animal just started attacking the people. The animal was not attacking the guy that I was with, and the animal was not attacking me. We were watching it happen, but this animal was attacking the people that was just minding their business, celebrating. It was couples there, it was friends there. It was nothing inappropriate, nothing wrong going on. It was all pure innocent fun that they were having. But this animal, when I arrived at the destination with this guy, the animal just came out of nowhere. I didn't see the animal come from him, but I just found it odd when I was in the dream. I'm like, so why is it that when me and him arrived, and I'm standing here looking at him, all of a sudden this animal comes out the blue and the animal starts attacking the people. The animal was attacking people to the point that somebody tried to set it on fire. There was a guy in the crowd. He tried to set the animal on fire. The animal was going around biting people, terrorizing people. They were screaming, they were yelling, and they were getting angry. They was like, get him away from us. We got to get rid of him. He's biting everybody. He's jumping on everybody. So this one guy out the crowd, he tried to actually light this animal on fire. And I saw the flame, and he could not get it. He couldn't get the animal that was biting everybody and jumping on everybody, and the animal was even chasing everybody around, and they couldn't get him. They couldn't delete him because they were trying to delete the animal. I also knew this in a dream, and so I'm standing there looking, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time for me to go. I shouldn't have even came to this event with him. And I said, these are innocent people. This animal is attacking them, biting them, jumping on them. And it happened when I came here with him. Now, I know I'm not doing nothing to anybody. I'm just minding my business. But I should not have walked with him and told him I would come and hang out with him. I should have known, like, okay, cut it off. Tell him you're not supposed to be on my porch. Get off my porch. I don't even understand why you here. You know, I have never even met you in real life. You were somebody that was following me on social media, and you were somebody that was like supportive on social media, but in real life, I don't know you. In this dream, these were the thoughts that I was having. This is what I was thinking about. So I'm like, this is weird that all of this chaos and this drama and confusion is happening, and it's happening. I'm sorry, guys, it's snowing and like raining at the same time, so I got my windshield wipers on. So if you hear the noise, that's what it is. But I'm just like that. I said, this is kind of unusual. This is weird. And I said, it seems like when he stepped on the scene, this chaos and this drama ensued. And so as I'm standing there, the animal, I'm going to tell you what the animal was. It was a lemur. It was a lemur. For those of you who don't know what a lemur is, just Google it, look it up. But you know, I love animals. I love animals. So I immediately knew what it was. And I'm looking at this little black and white lemur just acting a fool, biting people, running around, chasing people. People was running on the sidewalk. People was running, trying to hide behind a tree. And they was just trying to get away from the thing to the point that they couldn't get him. So they was trying to set it on fire to kill it. So I'm standing there looking, and the lemur starts approaching me. And I'm like, oh, it's time for me to go. So I turned around to get up out of there, and the lemur had bit me on the arm. It bit me on the arm, and I was trying to shake it off and get it off of me. But before I woke up, I just knew, you know what? I should have left him where he was. I should not have ever allowed him to have this access to me. Even though in real life, this is outside of the dream, guys, this particular guy was trying to pursue me, and I don't know him on a personal level. He shares some things, but I said I don't know him in real life. I don't know what he has going on. And understand, guys, someone may appear like they're cool. They may appear like they're a nice person and you can relate to them. But behind the scenes, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you literally don't know what these people have going on. You don't know what they're involved in. You don't know what they've come out of. And if they fully receive deliverance, you don't know if people really are saved for real anyway. You don't know where people mindsets are. Because sometimes, and I say that because if you hang around the wrong person or you allow somebody access to you, you can be hanging out with them and it's innocent coming from you. But if mentally they're in a certain place and emotionally they're in a certain place, and so their perception of what other people are doing, that may trigger something in them because they have a mental or emotional issue. Now, I know some of y'all, you won't understand that, but that's a real thing. You may be around people and everything, the ambiance is normal. It's pure, it's normal. It's nothing for anybody to be paranoid about. It's nothing for anybody to be alarmed about. But if somebody is in a space emotionally or mentally, they may take people that they see laughing and hanging out with each other and cracking jokes and eating, or they're sharing their opinions on world news or TV shows. I have seen people who are in a space mentally and emotionally and spiritually, they will get angry because it's something awry within them, and they will become volatile. They will become argumentative. They will start making accusations against people because that is a mental illness, or they are going through something. There's something tainted in their emotional state. But I knew before I woke up from this dream, as this lemur was hanging on my arm and I was trying to get it off, I knew right before I woke up, because I woke up after that, but I knew before I woke up, I should have never trusted him sitting there and trying to really not only aggressively pursue me and try to convince me that I should allow him to be in my life. But when I told him, we're not going to be together, I'm not going to date you, but you are cool, we can be friends. And I trusted that. And initially, nothing was even going on with me. But the more I stuck around at this event, while this chaos was going on, because I'm standing there because I'm trying to understand why is it happening in the dream. And so it was several impressions that I got, but one was you should have left him where he was. And then also this person, whatever they got going on, it would affect not only you if you keep them around, and the longer you communicate with them, if you choose to ever go back to communicating with this person, but it's going to affect other people. It's not just you. Whatever this man got going on, it's going to affect other people and innocent people that he comes in contact with. This one guy, this one man in this dream, he affected not only me, but a whole bunch of other innocent people that were innocent and just minding our business. It was something about him, something within him that caused this random animal to come out and just started attacking people. And I know some of y'all may say, well, he didn't bring the animal there, and why would he be linked to that? Because as we were coming up, it was no drama, it was no chaos, and everybody was minding their business. I know that I was the innocent party. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But the minute that I came there, and as I'm standing there and he was standing next to me, and I'm looking at him, and I was in the dream feeling uncomfortable. I was feeling uneasy. And then I'm wondering to myself, like, why is he walking me here? I'm thinking we just walking and talking and it's just innocent. But we came to this particular event, and from his presence there, it wasn't about me. His presence, that lemur started attacking everybody, and eventually it made its way over to me, but it never touched him. That's another impression. That's something else I knew. I'm like, wow. And he wasn't even saying anything. When people were screaming and hollering and crying and trying to get away from it, and even bringing out lighter fluid and pouring it on the lemur, trying to light it up. And then I'm looking like, what is this thing doing? I even looked at him. I was like, try to help them. Try to get this thing off of them. He stood there just looking. It was like sinister, and he stood there looking. And so, like I said, I woke up when it was hanging on my arm and I was trying to shake it off, and that was one of the impressions I got, that I should have left him where he was. I should not have trusted even a friendship with him. I should have kept him exactly where he was. If he wants to support and interact online, keep it at that. Don't go further with that. But also that overall, those innocent people were people that were there. And when we walked up, they even had saw him and looked at him, but they continued to go about doing whatever they were doing. And so the other impression that I got is that he knew that his presence, him bringing me to this place and him knowing that other innocent people were there, he knew that something was going to kick off. He knew, which is why when the lemur was jumping on everybody and biting everybody, and then it eventually started to bite me, it never did anything to him. And so those innocent people were in the midst, but this guy knew that they were there. That's why, like I said, in the dream, I didn't understand why he was bringing me to this event. But whatever he got going on, and whatever's going on in his heart, or whatever, he knew to walk me to that place. And like I said, he was untouched. But me and other innocent people, we were in the crossfire and the madness of this little lemur. And so I was like, wow. So I said it was not only a warning for me, but even to warn other people that you have to also be careful where you go. Be careful where you go. Be careful who you are around. And if you sense that someone has something going on or is something off about them, you need to get out of Dodge. You need to get out of Dodge, because you don't know where people's mind frame is. You don't know what folks have going on. Period. You just don't really know. And sometimes you can go somewhere and you minding your business and it's innocent, but then something kicks off. Just know God is going to protect you, but I just really took this as a warning. And like I said, several impressions came up on me. But I think I told you all the main points. But I prayed about it. And I wasn't fearful about it. But it was something that alerted my spirit. So I'm just sharing with you guys, just be careful. Go to God about everybody, especially if they are really trying to convince you that they should be in your life, they should be friends with you, they should date you, they should marry you. That is also strongly in me to tell you all this. I've talked on and off about relationships and marriage and all of this here and there, but this dream, it just really stuck out to me. It really stuck out to me, and it was kind of disturbing. But that's why I sat on it for a few days, more than a few. I really sat on it. I prayed. I stayed in my silent, quiet place. And as I kept replaying it in my mind, more was coming to me. But it was just in me, share it with others. So you all just watch only, don't only just watch who is trying to aggressively pursue you or come around you, but also watch your surroundings. If you go anywhere and you feel uncomfortable, because in this dream, everybody was just all in their own little world. They were in their own world. And so where I was feeling uncomfortable, we hadn't walked up closer to the crowd of people, but I knew something was off with him. I'm like, I shouldn't be here with him. I should not be here with this man. Even though I'm saying we're cool, I shouldn't be here with him. There's something dangerous about him. See, I knew it first, but then the longer I was standing there with him, out of the blue, the lemur comes out and starts attacking the innocent people. And they were not even really initially paying attention to him. They were not. But when it came towards me, I knew, yeah, see, now I was hard-headed. I was too trusting. And so you guys take the message back to the Lord, pray about it. You may feel in your spirit a different interpretation, but I know what was impressed upon me was to share this with you all. Always be careful. Don't ever act in desperation. And sometimes people will try to guilt trip you and make you feel bad because you're not giving them a chance. You're not giving them a chance to be a friend again or at all. You're not giving a guy a chance to date you. You're not giving a woman a chance to date you fellas. People out here, they will do that. They will try to tell you, you making a big mistake. You missing out. Give me a shot. Anytime somebody's going above high waters to try to convince you that you should date them or they're the one or they would be this asset to you to accommodate the man or woman you already are, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. And sometimes people will feel bad when they have to reject somebody. When you have to reject someone and let them down and say, I don't feel you, I'm not attracted to you, sometimes you will feel bad. Doesn't mean that anybody is all that, because that's where people go when you talk about things like this. Well, this person ain't all that and they ain't fine and they're this and they're that. That doesn't have anything to do with just plain facts. Nobody likes rejection. Okay, it doesn't feel good, especially when you have your heart set on something that you desire or you want. It just doesn't feel good. But it becomes dangerous when somebody is rejected and they don't know how to handle it, and they will not allow it to sit and they accept the rejection. This type. Some people would just run through. They'll run through a gate, run the gate down like, oh, this person not gonna turn me down. She not gonna tell me she not gonna date me. He not gonna tell me we not gonna be together. I'm gonna keep pursuing them. Do you all see what I'm saying? It was just so many strong impressions coming to me behind this dream. Because even when I walked up to the building about to try to go into the house, I'm like, the audacity of him. How did he even know where I live? As a matter of fact, I asked him, I said, how do you even know my address? How do you even know where I live? And he was just sitting there on my porch and he just had this look like it was sinister. It was just a lot. The dream was loaded with impressions. And when I woke up, they were stronger and stronger and stronger. And so that's why I'm telling you all this. Just be careful and always be prayed up and watch the company that you keep, because it may not be anybody that's trying to get access to you or come into your life. It could be people from the past, but you still just got to be careful, be mindful. You cannot be friends with everybody out here. You cannot be cool with everybody out here. You cannot be having conversations with everybody out here. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go, because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned, because I know you will forgive me in the morning.